Project Tornado begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tornadoes are one of the most powerful and destructive forces of nature on the planet Earth. They tower high in the sky and can unleash winds over 200 miles per hour. Tornadoes can be scary, dangerous, and deadly.
To keep you and your family safe, today you'll learn what causes these destructive winds, where to go if a tornado is in your neighborhood, and what to do when a tornado strikes.
Project Tornado is a special presentation of the 13 Weather Authority and WREX TV.
Not much can match the strength, power, and speed of a tornado. They can come in all shapes and sizes. Small, weak tornadoes may only be a few yards wide, but still bring winds over 60 miles per hour. The largest tornadoes on record were a couple miles wide and created winds over 200 miles per hour. They can even travel as fast as a race car and don't follow roads, meaning it's hard to get away from one, even in a car.
Where do dangerous columns of wind come from? They get their start from thunderstorms that bubble up into the atmosphere. Not all thunderstorms bring tornadoes. Only when the conditions are right can tornadoes form. We need a warm and humid air, the kind of air that makes you sweat very quickly. Cold and dry air tries to replace the hot conditions, causing storms to form.
We need storms to start to spin and twist in order to get tornadoes to spin up. We get that from winds moving at different directions as you rise like a balloon through the atmosphere. If that storm can form a tight enough rotation, much like a figure skater while jumping, we can get a tornado to spin up.
We are now going to test your knowledge about severe weather and tornadoes. Please answer the following questions in your head silently to yourself.
What part of the United States do you think has the most tornadoes?
What time of day do most tornadoes form?
Do tornadoes only form in the spring and summer? The best spots in the country for tornadoes is in an area called Tornado Alley. This extends from Texas to Nebraska, then eastward to Illinois.
This part of the nation gets the most tornadoes because the ingredients line up through most of the spring and summer. Most tornadoes form during the late afternoon to early evening, or from 3 until 10 p.m.
This is when the day is at the hottest, so the atmosphere has the most energy. Tornado season is from April to June in the Midwest, but tornadoes can form at any time of the year if conditions are right.
We are going to give you a look at where and how the 13 Weather Authority tracks storms and tornadoes to help keep you safe.
Our TV studio is one of the most state-of-the-art in the state line, with large TV monitors to help us always keep an eye on the storms.
Our weather pod, as we call it, is our command center and gives us the latest severe weather information right at our fingertips.
This helps us stay as updated as possible when seconds count.
Our exact track radar helps us see where the storms are and which storms are the most intense. We have special tools to slice into the storm and see the storm in 3D to analyze the structure of the storms. We also have other special weather data for us to see into the storms and find out where things like hail are in the storms.
Finally, we get help from our talented coworkers in the control room to get us on air and put our weather coverage out over the airwaves to your TV and computer.
Let's now take a look back at the most memorable tornadoes that touched down in our area. Remember when we said that tornadoes can form at any time of the year? January 7, 2008 did not have a snowstorm, but a tornado. A winter tornado formed just east of Loves Park and leveled homes around Edwards Apple Orchard and Poplar Grove.
In 2010, a November tornado formed in northern Illinois and hit Caledonia. Many homes and grain bins were destroyed by this winter tornado. On April 9, 2015, 11 tornadoes touched down in Illinois, including 7 in northern Illinois alone. A massive EF4 tornado formed during the outbreak near Franklin Grove, smashing apart homes, businesses, and vehicles, and killing 2 people in Fairdale, Illinois. Wind speeds reached 200 miles per hour in the EF4 tornado, which was a half-mile wide. Later that year, on June 22nd, an outbreak of 12 tornadoes hit northern Illinois. An EF2 tornado with winds of 130 miles per hour struck the Woodhaven campground near Sublette, Illinois, snapping and uprooting trees onto RVs. Thankfully, no one was killed, but 7 people were injured.
2017 had tornadoes strike 4 different times. For the first time ever, a tornado hit Ogle County in February. The EF1 tornado was only on the ground for 2 minutes, but traveled 1.5 miles and damaged a farm. May 17, 2017, had a tornado hit Poplar Grove and Capron at night.
The EF1 tornado had 95-mile-per-hour winds and damaged several buildings. Because tornadoes can strike at night, make sure you have something loud to wake you up and alert you about severe weather. Finally, on June 28, 2017, 2 EF1 tornadoes struck south of Belvedere, very close to one another. 100-mile-per-hour winds damaged a lot of trees along the path of the tornadoes.
Now we're going to talk about where to go during severe weather, your safe location, your safe spot, your storm shelter. One of the best places to go is in a basement where I'm standing right now. Reason why, you're below ground, you're below all of those thunderstorm winds, you're below the tornado, so that'll help when it comes to trying to ride out the storm. Now the reason why basements are good, you can kind of see behind me, lots of concrete. This will hold up to flying debris and things, where if you were above ground, wood easily collapses in some of those very strong winds or with things flying around. So it's best to get as low as possible, preferably below ground, like right here in the basement.
Another good spot to go during a storm, especially if you don't have a basement, is a closet that's away from the outer walls of your home or apartment. Either under a staircase or the most central location is the best place to go. You can store your emergency supplies in the closet so that you're ready to go at a moment's notice.
If all else fails and you don't have a basement to get to, you don't have a closet to get to that's away from the outside walls, a bathroom's another good spot. Try to avoid bathrooms, though, that have big windows in them. But there's pipes in the walls if you jump in the shower or the bathtub, so that'll help protect you. Also grab a mattress or a cushion, like off the couch, or a big pillow. You can cover your body up with that and also help protect you from flying debris.
Once you're in your storm shelter, if you can, get under a sturdy table or surface, because that will help protect you from falling debris. You'll want to get under the table and then, just like you would in a tornado drill at school, cover the back of your neck to protect yourself.
And of course, don't forget about your pets. Make sure you have extra food and supplies for them too, and they have to go to the storm shelter to stay safe.
If a tornado is coming and there's no shelter and there's no time, get to the nearest ditch. The National Weather Service recommends, as a last resort other than a car, is to get to the nearest ditch or depression until the tornado passes. Small note, if you must leave your vehicle to seek shelter, you must try to get as far away from your vehicle.
Now we're going to test your tornado knowledge again. Like before, please answer the following questions silently to yourself in your head.
How do you get alerts about severe weather?
Where do you go to stay safe during severe weather?
Should you be outside taking pictures when there are bad storms in your neighborhood? Before severe weather happens this summer, your family should put together a severe weather kit. This should include a first aid kit, flashlights, bottles of water. Put this kit in a safe spot for when the storms come.
Severe weather alerts can come from many different places. Special alerts can come across the TV and the radio, or you may be outside and hear the tornado siren. You can also get alerts on a smartphone or tablet if your parents have a weather app. A weather radio is also a great device to have. It is much like a smoke detector and alerts you if severe weather is near. One of the best ways to stay safe is to have as many of these methods of getting alerts as possible.
If you hear an alert about a tornado watch, that means severe weather is possible, but it hasn't happened yet. This is when you should be paying attention and be ready to act. A tornado warning means a tornado is happening, so move to a safe place if the warning is for your town.
You have now completed Project Tornado. You know how tornadoes form, when the best time for tornadoes is, and how to stay safe when tornadoes strike.
Please share this information you learned today with your family and friends so they too can be safe during severe weather season.
Stick with the 13 Weather Authority, as we'll keep you informed on when storms are headed to our area. Project Tornado is a special presentation of the 13 Weather Authority and WREX TV.